I'm Ted with PeterGlenn.com. In our last video that you can see right here, we spoke a lot about, the things that you're going to need because you're getting into inline skating. For today's video, what I'd really like to talk to you guys a little bit about is, the things you want to keep in your mind that first time when you're getting up on the skates. The right way to balance yourself, the right way to stand up, the right way to push off and get yourself moving on these skates. If this isn't a thing that you've done before, we're going to have a really good time, so let's check this out. You want to be real careful when you're getting up on skates the first time. I've seen people fall when they're just trying to get up off of their skates. So first thing, make sure your pads are all on. You're a beginner skater, make sure you're wearing all of it, the wrists, the knees, the elbows, the helmet. Get it all on, make sure you're wearing it before you stand up. Don't wait until later. Next step, we're going to want to make sure that the skates are directly underneath us when we're getting up. It sounds kind of obvious, but when we got shoes on, it's not a big deal standing up with our feet a little bit further out in front of us. You want to pull those skates all the way in underneath you as you're getting up. Then you want to be really conscious as you're getting up that there's no forward pressure at all on your feet. All of the pressure that you're putting down on your feet is straight down, and that's going to push you straight up. And once you're up, you're standing on skates. Congratulations. This is a big step. It took a lot of courage, and you're going to be okay as long as we're careful on these things. And don't forget that you got wheels underneath your feet. Now that we're standing, you got to keep these skates directly underneath you. Okay? Sounds kind of obvious again, but the way that we normally stand doesn't have our feet directly underneath us. Our feet are a little bit more out in front of us, and we're coming up from the heel there. So what you need to do when you're on skates is what we call flexing. That's pushing your knees forward just a little bit, okay? You want to kind of crouch just a little bit forward. You don't have to have the perfect posture when you're on skates because you're trying to get your weight right on the balls of your feet, right on the middle of your feet. If you feel like you're about to fall over backwards, the absolute worst thing you can do is stand up straight and start windmilling your arms to try and save yourself. The best way to save yourself at this point, it's a little funny, it's easy to remember, is to pray. You put your hands forward, you flex forward into that skate, you say, God, please don't let me fall. It's probably going to work just fine too, because your weight's going to be balanced on the middle of that skate. So one other very useful tool for a beginner skater who's really concerned about what might happen when they're trying to stand up on shoes with wheels on them is a desk chair. This desk chair is, able to roll around kind of like you are now, and it just gives you a little bit of a reference as, something to not really lean against because it will roll away from you, but just gives you a little bit more balance as you're getting up. Keeps you from going over backwards, which, really what you don't want to do. So what I'll have people do when they're getting up the first time or two is just kind of gently rest their fingertips on that chair. You don't want to hold on to it with a death grip. It's probably not a good idea. But just a little reference as to what for it is. And then as you're getting up, you got to keep the weight right on the balls of your feet. So you don't want to be on the heels as you're getting up, and you don't want that skate out in front of you, as I was saying before. You want to have that skate tucked right back in underneath you as you're getting up. So I've got a good platform to push down on. And like I say, you want to push straight down on your feet as you're getting up. You don't want to push forward or back. There's your skates, they're your platform for getting up, and they can roll, so we're just going to keep them in one spot right there underneath us as we're getting up. I'm pushing down mostly right here where that little rollerblade symbol is, okay? And there's my fingers, and I'm leaning forward as I'm getting up so that I know I won't go back, and there I am, I'm right up on some skates. It's a big step, it can be really scary, but it's not that hard. You can do this. I hope this segment of our inline skate series has been helpful. I love skating, and I hope you do too. And if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to the Peter Glenn YouTube channel, and come on by PeterGlenn.com for all of your inline skate and outdoor needs. There's a great selection. Come and check it out.